Hi guys, I am here with your art lesson for today. Unfortunately, I am out, so I can't do it with you guys through Zoom, but I wanted to give you an activity to do that I'm going to be doing with the rest of the classes. So this is something that I have done every year for the past several years. We make cards that get donated to the nursing home. It is one of my favorite activities this time of year because it is helping other people in the community, and it really truly means so much to the residents at the nursing homes. These are people who live at the nursing home who may not have a lot of visitors or family, so these cards really truly mean a lot to them. So our cards this year are actually going to be New Year's cards. Because of everything going on, the cards have to sit kind of in card quarantine for a while to make sure there's no germs on them before we pass them on. So we're going to do ours now and then hand them out so they have them in New Year's, for New Year's, I mean. So our cards this year are going to be the snowman cards for that reason. So they're not Christmas related, and they can have them up all winter long. So I'm going to switch down so you can see what we are doing. You should have all the supplies. I sent those down to your class already. So you should have a white piece of paper, this size. You should have an orange piece that's going to be for the nose. Then there should be scrapbook paper. So the scrapbook paper is the kind that has all different designs on it. You need to pick just one, and that's going to be used for your scarf. Okay, so you should have one of those. And then you also need the message that's going to get glued to the inside. And then from your art kits, you need a black marker, glue stick, and then a pair of scissors. That's what we're going to need for this project. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is take our white paper and we're going to fold it in half so it looks like a card. Try and match up your edges, your corners, as best as you can. Crease it really good. And you want to make sure that the card opens like a card would open. So the opening is on the right side. Okay. Now we're going to start with the scarf. So you're going to take your scrapbook paper, and we want to have a piece that goes across the neck and a piece that goes down. So to do that, you're going to take this piece of paper, the scrapbook paper, and you're going to fold it in half the long way, like a hot dog roll. Okay? And then when you open it back up, you should be able to see the crease where you folded. That's where you're going to cut. So you're going to cut right on that fold line. Like that. And then you'd have two pieces. So one of them, you're going to glue partway down the front. You want to make sure that you have enough room up here for the face, but enough room down here for the buttons. So about halfway, and you're going to glue it across the card this way. If you need to add a little glue, you can add a little glue. Press it down. Okay. The other piece of scrapbook paper is actually going to be for the part of the scarf that hangs down. Now if you notice, it hangs off the card a little bit. So it's a little too long. So you're going to take this and you're going to trim just a little piece off the edge. That way when you glue it on, it doesn't hang off the bottom of the card. So you can do this a couple ways. You can do it straight down like this, or you can angle it like this. Either way is fine. The other thing you can do is if you want to add a little fringe to it, take your scissors and just do little cuts at the very end. And then you can fold them up a little bit and that'll look like the fringe. Okay? So then that, you're going to put glue all over the back. And I'm going to angle mine a little bit. Whoops. And that gets glued right there. I'm not going to glue the fringe part down, that way that can stick up a little bit. Okay, so your scarf is done. Now we're going to do the nose. So now you need the orange piece of paper. On here, we are going to draw a triangle, but instead of a straight bottom, it's going to have a curved bottom. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go up, back down, like you're doing a triangle, but then the bottom, you're going to do a smile. So it's more curved instead of straight across. And then you're going to cut that out. Make sure you keep the curve that you drew when you cut. And then this is going to get glued at the top. And so our black lines don't show, put the glue on that side. That will be the back. So you add a little glue to the back, and then you flip it over and stick it down on the top so it looks like the nose. And then what you can do is take your black marker and add some lines across there to look like the lines on a carrot. Now we got to finish the front, so we got to do the eyes, the mouth, and some buttons. So for the eyes, you can just do 2 circles, color them in black, and then for the mouth, you can either do dots like I did on this one, or you can do a line like that. So for the mouth, you can either do dots or a line, whichever you prefer. And if you wanted to, you could give your snowman some eyelashes, or you could just leave them plain. The buttons are just black dots colored in, going down underneath the scarf. Now, depending on where you put your scarf, you might only have room for 2 buttons. If you have room for 3, you can certainly go ahead and draw 3. So that's the outside. So now the last step for the inside is we want to do the message. I printed up a bunch of these messages so you guys wouldn't have to worry about writing all of this by hand or trying to come up with what you want to write in there. So you're just going to glue the message on the very inside. Try and make sure it's nice and straight, and then press it down really good. Now the last step is to sign your name in here. Please just do your first name. And you can do it with a different color if you want to. Just your first name. And that's the part I had for you guys to do with the cards. If you wanted to add anything else, if you wanted to draw them a nice picture on this side, you could. Or you could leave it blank. If you wanted to add excuse me, any other details to your snowman on the front, you are welcome to do that as well. But just make sure you put the message inside, sign just your first name only, and then when you are done, let me flip you back up here. When you're done with your cards, please bring them down and either put them in the art room, in my room on one of my tables. You could put them in the mailbox outside of the art room right next to the door, or you can put them in my mailbox in the office. Any of those is fine, but please bring them down to me. That way I can gather them all together and get them taken to the nursing home when it's time for the holidays. If I know in the past I have, when you have come to art class, you guys have been able to do 2 cards, one for you to take home and one for the nursing home for me to keep. I wasn't sure how many people would want to do that, so I didn't hand out enough supplies for everyone to do too. However, if you would like to do a card to take home or give to someone else, please let me know. Please let your teacher know, and your teacher can get a hold of me, and I can get you the extra supplies. I have more than enough. I just wasn't sure, and I didn't want to send a ton of stuff down to your classroom. So please, if you would like to do another one that you can keep, please let me know. Okay? But thank you guys for your help. This is an awesome project. We usually get about 250 cards, so that's usually enough for everyone in the nursing home to get one of your cards, and it really truly means a lot. So thank you guys for your help. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.